Hello, dividend executives. The stock market is open, so you already know we are ready to trade some assets. We are back at it again. We completed another will cycle on TSLL for a profit, and we are almost all the way back to cash. So let's see what happened. Let's trade some options. Let's go over what happened over the weekend and what are the trades that are coming up. So as of right now, this is my traditional IRA. We are basically flat for the day. We are up $165 for the week, or 3.26%, $483 for the month, or 10.13%. 16.61% for the last 3 months, or $748. And year to date, we are up 35.43%. Well, you look at this chart and you say, what the heck happened? That is called assignment of TSLL. This stock has gone up, down, and around. And as you can see, if we get assigned, we sell puts, we get assigned, and then all of a sudden the stock dips. We wait for the stock to recover. We get out of our shares, we get back to cash, and we just keep rinsing and repeating. And so far, it's yielded us a 35% return for the year. So what are we going to do? Well, we need to let's trade some options first. TSLL was in the red earlier today, but now it is back in the green. So let's trade some options real quick. Let's get these in. We're going to sell some puts, and we are going to sell them for the 13.5, which is exactly what we just sold the shares for, right? So can we get 4 of these in? Let's see. And we're going to try to do a bid of 25. Oh, we can only do 3. Okay. So we're going to do 3 here, a bid of 25, and then we're going to go over some of the transaction. That's $4,000 worth of capital. Not enough to get it done. All right, so we're going to leave that open. Hopefully it fills. If it doesn't fill, then we will end up changing the ask price down to 20. Even then, we'd still get $60. So 20, 40, $60 to buy these shares back if it does go back to the 13.5 strike. So this is where we're at. We have those options open. Oh, it looks like they already sold. Boom, just like that. So these just sold. We just got paid $60 and oh wow, we got paid 75. There we go. 20. Yeah, there we go. So $60 is what we were gonna have to take if it didn't fill at this. It did fill at the 25. So just like that, we got credited $75. So $75 to get back into our shares for the same cost basis we had it before. If we look at our cost basis, it is the 1348. We sold the 300 shares on Friday. You can actually scroll down and look at that for the 13.5. There we go. So there's our call assignment at the 13.5. And then what else happened? So you know me, when I know I'm going to lose the shares, then I start offloading shares when I am in the green, right? So what did I do with Tesla or TSLL is when I knew I was 13.5, I was deep in the money and I saw TSLL way up and above. I took my odd lots and I started selling them for a profit, right? So right here, I sold the first 15 at $14.29. The next 15 at $14.25, the next 15 at $14.57, and then the final 10 I sold at $15.20. So that was a nice hefty profit. Between all those, we made about $58 worth of profit, and it just went right back into the brokerage account, so we have more buying power. So the nice part about this is we've been loading up and we've been making premium and we've been buying and selling shares. We just continue to add to the account. So we almost have enough to be able to do 4 options on this, right? So you saw we opened up the 3 options. If we get assigned to 13.5, that would be fantastic. And then what we'll do is if it ends up dipping more, we will use this buying power to continue to dollar cost average down. If it continues to rip, then it continues to rip. But right now we have 10 odd lots right here, the TSLL shares. We have 10 odd lots sitting there ready to go. And we are ready to get assigned on these shares again. So that's the position we're looking at then. And then if we jump back into here and we look at what we would get on the call side. So if we were to be selling calls, again, I like to sell them right around my strike. So if I wanted to sell them at the 13.5, which would have been to my cost basis, when I get assigned, that's a $200 premium. If I wanted to sell them at the 14, which would give me $50 per share or per lot in appreciation, looks like the going rate is about $45. So if we did 3 of those, we could get $134. So that's the kind of premium we're looking at if we stay right around here. If TSL continues to dip, and we get assigned later this week, then we will pick up 300 more shares. If not, we will just continue to keep selling options each and every single week and bringing in that income. So for example, on this one, this put that we sold this morning, again, we sold it for 25 for each contract. The money hit the account already. Here's the credit for the $75, and that money is ours right away, right? We get all the full $75. It's credited directly to the account, and it's just sitting in our buying power. So we have that money available. If we want to buy more shares, we can leave it. We can leave it on the sidelines, which is what we are going to do for now. We'll just leave it on the sidelines, and we'll just keep watching for opportunities. There are some other plays that I am looking at if we don't get assigned. One of the ones I'm looking at is Rivian. If we go here and we look at the options for this, pretty decent premiums on this as well, right? So if we could sell closer to the money, maybe like the 16.5 that pays 15 per. And this one doesn't have the 0.05 increments. So this is a potential. Rivian is one I like to trade on as well. Another one we've traded on here before that we may potentially trade on again is going to be SOXL. This one is down as of today. Looks like it's down for the week. And for a $2,200 trade, if we're looking at, $2,100 or even the 2050, we get $19 for every 2,000. So not bad. So we could do 2 contracts of that. That would yield us, $38, $40 a week. The reason why that one's dipping so much for the most part is Nvidia. Nvidia's been getting tanked a little bit, so it's down to $16 a share in the last week. And this is a big component of SOXL. So Nvidia is one of the reasons that's pulling down. So we'll be looking at TSLL, we'll be looking at Rivian, we'll be looking at SOXL, potentially TNA as well. But for the most part, my Mara and Riot, these ones have gone absolutely wild, and I don't know if I want to touch them right now. Up 33% for the past month. You guys know we trade options on these ones, but if we were to sell a put on something like this, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It could potentially pull back down, but it's up so much today. I think Riot's up $1.83 today, or 13%. So not a good day to sell puts on Riot or Mara as well. Same exact story. Both of these are up because Bitcoin's up, right? Up 58% for the month. So the juice just isn't worth the squeeze for me on these ones right now. Might trade them in the future, but I'm just looking for some type of pullback after this Bitcoin rally now that it hit 41,000. So these are some of the potentials we're looking at for the account now that we are all back in cash. Cash means we sell cash secured puts, and we get paid to enter into our next stock purchase. So that's where we're at. I think that's a third wheel cycle we've completed in this series on TSLL. So nice to get into the stock and sell back out of the stock and get back into cash. So we're full cash here, very little risk on the account, and we are up 35% for the year. So thanks everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Appreciate everybody's support as always, and we'll catch you next week. Happy investing.